In the foreseeable future, the Pilgrim, a satellite capsule returning from Mars with vital soil samples potentially harboring signs of alien life, encounters a mishap. Struck by asteroids, it deviates from its intended course, prompting the crew of the International Space Station to embark on a critical mission: intercept the Pilgrim and secure its precious cargo. After assisting Rory in preparing for a spacewalk, the crew swiftly assumes their positions to aid him in navigating the rescue operation. Rory ventures into space, guiding the station's mechanical arm to capture the rapidly approaching Pilgrim. Upon contact, the station trembles, momentarily causing concern among the crew. However, Rory successfully secures the Pilgrim, alleviating their apprehensions. Following this, Hugh, an astrobiologist with paralysis, meticulously examines the samples, uncovering an almost fossilized single-cell organism within the soil. After several attempts to revive the organism prove futile, Hugh resorts to replicating the atmospheric conditions of Proterozoic Earth by introducing a growth hormone. To everyone's amazement, the organism comes to life, marking a historic milestone as the first evidence of extraterrestrial life. News of the discovery spreads rapidly, capturing the attention of media outlets worldwide. The crew seizes the opportunity to showcase their work on television, offering insights into life aboard the station, including the intricacies of astronaut hygiene, much to the delight of curious children. In a heartwarming gesture, a school is entrusted with the task of naming the organism, and the unanimous choice is Calvin, celebrated joyously by crowds in the streets. As the excitement ensues, Miranda expresses her concerns for David's health, recognizing the toll his extended stay aboard the station is taking. Despite nearing his radiation limit and experiencing accelerated atrophy, David remains unfazed, finding solace in the camaraderie of space away from the hostility of earthly conflicts, having served in the military and witnessed the horrors of war. The following day, Hugh makes a startling discovery. Calvin's rapid growth has led to the development of a complex neural network, with hundreds of cells functioning independently as muscles, nerves, and photoreceptors. Commander Cat aptly describes Calvin as an amalgamation of brain, muscle, and eyes. Hugh observes Calvin's emergence of appendages and attempts to establish contact, prompting the cells to morph into intriguing shapes. Amidst their routine, engineer Sho experiences a heartwarming moment as he witnesses his wife giving birth via livestream, introducing him to his newborn daughter. The crew celebrates the occasion, with Cat gifting Sho a book for storytelling sessions over video calls. Later, David utilizes specialized software to monitor his health, while Hugh checks on Calvin's progress. Despite its diminutive size, Calvin displays a fully formed body, even climbing onto Hugh's finger. However, weeks later, the tranquility is shattered by an alarm emanating from the lab, leaving Miranda perplexed at the sudden malfunction. Rory rushes to rectify the issue, but the source remains a mystery to Miranda. As Hugh reflects on the recent events, he admits to feeling culpable for potentially overlooking a crucial detail regarding Calvin. Rory and Miranda promptly reprimand him, emphasizing the need for caution given the uncertainties surrounding their discovery. With Calvin exhibiting signs of inactivity following the malfunction-induced pressure change, the crew speculates that it might have entered a state of hibernation. After exploring various options, Hugh decides to cautiously rouse Calvin from its slumber using a minute electrical stimulus. Despite several attempts, Calvin remains unresponsive to the electrical stimulus, prompting Hugh to persistently offer the wand. However, Calvin suddenly springs to life, latching onto Hugh's hand with an unexpected ferocity, shattering the wand in the process. Despite Hugh's efforts to disengage, Calvin's tenacious grip causes his hand to contort unnaturally. Concerned for Hugh's safety, the crew contemplates entering the lab to assist, but Miranda adamantly refuses, recognizing the peril it would entail. As Hugh struggles, a sudden blow to his head renders him unconscious, and Calvin releases its hold. With Hugh incapacitated, the crew observes the severity of his injuries. Calvin, undeterred by the reinforced glove, wields the electric wand to liberate itself, turning its attention to a hapless lab rat and dispatching it swiftly. Seizing the opportunity, Rory ventures into the lab to retrieve Hugh, swiftly passing him to safety amidst the chaos. Calvin's relentless pursuit forces the crew to seal the lab once more, trapping him inside. Rory, driven by desperation, attempts to eradicate the creature with an oxygen candle, but Calvin proves elusive, darting away to evade the flames. With Cat's authorization, Rory wields the incinerator in a frenzied attempt to exterminate the alien menace. Despite his efforts, Calvin remains resilient, emerging unscathed from the fiery onslaught. Running out of fuel, Rory uncovers Calvin's hiding spot, only to discover it vacant. Suddenly, Calvin launches a deadly assault, infiltrating Rory's mouth and initiating a gruesome demise from within. As Rory succumbs to Calvin's lethal intrusion, the chaos intensifies as the floating incinerator triggers the fire alarm, unleashing suppressant gas into the lab. Seizing the opportunity, Calvin emerges from Rory, its formidable size magnified tenfold, casting a shadow of terror over the beleaguered crew. In a frantic bid to contain the escalating crisis, the crew mobilizes to seal off the gas valves, yet Calvin outpaces their efforts, squeezing through a breach to flee the lab. As the team solemnly attends to Rory's remains, Kat initiates a distress call to NASA, only to discover a crippling communication failure. Sho uncovers the transmitter's malfunction, prompting an urgent spacewalk repair mission led by Kat. However, her efforts are thwarted when she uncovers an overheated transmitter with an empty coolant chamber, evidence of Calvin's voracious consumption. Emerging from the chamber, Calvin ensnares Kat, seeking entry into her suit. Despite its increased size, Kat's spacesuit resists an alien invasion, but due to a leaking cooler, she has to jump into an airlock. Kat's daring maneuver propels her towards the airlock, a risky bid to evade Calvin's relentless pursuit. Despite David's swift response, Kat's helmet fills with water, sealing her tragic fate. As her life ebbs away, Calvin's looming presence casts a shadow over the crew's mourning. Determined to safeguard their sanctuary, the crew monitors Calvin's movements, recognizing the thrusters as their sole defense against the relentless intruder. As Sho engages the thrusters to repel Calvin, the station shudders under the strain, threatening its stability. With fuel reserves dwindling, Sho faces a critical decision: to restore the station's orbit, albeit at the risk of allowing Calvin entry once more. Hugh's hypothesis offers a glimmer of hope amidst the chaos, suggesting Calvin's ancient lineage and the possibility of inducing hibernation through atmospheric manipulation. Sealing themselves within a capsule, the crew embarks on a desperate bid to starve Calvin of oxygen, fortifying their refuge against the encroaching menace. Yet, shadows of uncertainty loom large as Hugh's unsettling affliction hints at darker forces at play, casting doubt on their precarious sanctuary. Amidst the somber reflection on their fallen comrades, Hugh shoulders the weight of responsibility, grappling with self-blame amidst the crew's shared burden. David's stoic reassurance tempers the blame, emphasizing the collective accountability in their pursuit of understanding Calvin's enigmatic nature. As Hugh rationalizes Calvin's primal instincts for survival, a sudden deterioration in his health punctuates the grim reality of their predicament. Frantic efforts to stabilize Hugh reveal a chilling revelation. Calvin, driven by insatiable hunger, preys upon the incapacitated scientist, exploiting his weakened state to sat its voracious appetite. Miranda's desperate attempt to shock Calvin yields a harrowing realization as the creature defies conventional understanding, its evolutionary prowess transcending human comprehension. In the face of this escalating threat, the crew confronts an adversary whose resilience defies their most fervent efforts, heralding a perilous escalation in their battle for survival. As the crew disperses in their frantic attempt to evade Calvin's pursuit, Sho finds refuge within a sleeping pod, clinging to the fragile hope of evading the creature's grasp. Calvin's primal aggression manifests as it relentlessly assaults the pod, its primal instincts driving it to seek out its prey. Yet, as Calvin's interest wanes, Sho's sanctuary remains intact, offering a fleeting reprieve amidst the chaos. Meanwhile, David and Miranda return to Hugh's side, their hearts heavy with sorrow as they bid farewell to their fallen comrade. Hugh's final request is a simple desire to experience weightlessness one last time. In a twist of fate, Calvin unwittingly swallows Hugh's tracker and seals its own fate. David and Miranda seize upon this unforeseen opportunity to corner Calvin within the confines of the station. With calculated precision, they lure the creature into a trap, sealing it within a chamber and depriving it of the life-sustaining oxygen it craves. As Calvin's frantic struggles echo through the silent expanse of the station, David and Miranda brace themselves for the inevitable showdown, knowing that their battle for survival has only just begun. As the computer announces the imminent arrival of a shuttle, David's heart quickens with anticipation, a flicker of relief kindling within him as he dares to believe that salvation may be at hand. Yet, as the shuttle draws nearer, its intentions quickly become clear, shattering their fragile illusion of safety. Miranda's revelation sends shockwaves through the crew, each word heavy with the weight of impending doom. The shuttle, once seen as a beacon of rescue, now emerges as a harbinger of destruction, a final firewall against the encroaching threat of Calvin. With grim determination, the crew braces themselves for the inevitable confrontation, their hopes of salvation dashed against the cold expanse of space. In the solitude of the sleeping chamber, Sho's heart swells with anticipation at the prospect of rescue. Eager to embrace the promise of deliverance, he emerges from the pod, unaware of the impending danger lurking just beyond the hatch. Miranda and David race against time, their frantic warnings echoing through the silent corridors, but fate intervenes with cruel indifference. As Sho stands on the threshold of hope, Calvin emerges from the shadows, a silent predator poised to strike. With a sinking heart, Sho realizes the truth too late, his fate sealed in the merciless grip of the void. In the chilling silence of deep space, the crew faces their darkest hour, their struggle against the encroaching darkness poised on the razor's edge of survival. As the shuttle's ominous approach unfolds, David's hopes are dashed as he realizes the true nature of its mission: to cast them into the abyss of deep space, far from Earth's reach. Miranda and David's frantic attempts to warn Sho arrive too late, the chilling reality dawning upon them as Calvin seizes the opportunity to infiltrate the station. Sho's desperate struggle against the void ensues, his valiant efforts thwarted by Calvin's insidious grip. Miranda's courageous attempt to reclaim Sho is met with tragic consequences as Calvin's tenacity prevails, dragging Sho into the unforgiving expanse of space. As the station hurtles towards impending doom, Miranda and David confront the harrowing reality of their situation. With time dwindling and their fate hanging by a thread, they brace themselves for the tumultuous journey ahead, a race against time against the backdrop of impending catastrophe. In the face of insurmountable odds, Miranda and David confront the grim reality of their imminent demise. In a poignant moment of reflection, David's words ignite a daring plan born of desperation and resolve. With Calvin's relentless pursuit driven by the primal quest for oxygen, they seize upon the audacious notion of sacrifice as a pathway to salvation. As David ventures closer to the escape pod, his unwavering resolve serves as a beacon of light amidst the encroaching darkness. In the face of impending sacrifice, Miranda grapples with the weight of their decisions, her heart torn between duty and despair. Calvin's relentless pursuit persists as he leaps from candle to candle, his primal instincts driving him ever closer to David's refuge. Through quick thinking and nerve, David employs diversion to secure his safety within the confines of the pod, a fleeting respite from the jaws of impending doom. Witnessing David's sacrifice, Miranda's resolve is galvanized into action as she navigates the perilous void to reach the sanctuary of the other pod. Yet, amidst the chaos of debris and malfunctioning systems, their fragile hope hangs by a thread, buffeted by the merciless forces of fate. In a tumultuous struggle against the forces of nature and the relentless grip of Calvin, David and Miranda fight for survival against insurmountable odds. As their pods hurtle through the vast expanse of space, their destinies hang in the balance, a fragile dance between salvation and oblivion. Amidst the tumult of crashing waves and the embrace of the ocean's depths, one pod finds refuge in the hands of humanity, while the other, lost to the abyss of space, bears witness to the unfolding terror of Calvin's reign. With Earth as his playground, Calvin emerges as an ominous specter, his presence casting a shadow over the fragile piece of mankind's domain. As the fishing boats converge to offer aid, the fate of Earth hangs in the balance, a testament to the enduring struggle between humanity and the unknown forces that lurk beyond the stars.